Hello and welcome to round 10 of Silverstone in my team career mode with Rich Energy F1. Let's go and start the race. We've got wet race again. So this is where I'm going to struggle in the wet. But let's hope I can do better than last time I was in the wet.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. Silverstone Circuit then. It's 3.6 miles long and has a total of 18 corners. And of course, is no stranger to the rain. There won't be any DRS available in these conditions, but the Wellington and Hangar Straights are still good opportunities to tuck into the slipstream and make a pass. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. And Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lee lines up on pole position and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Sergio Perez and Verstappen, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Gasly and Esteban Ocon, Sainz, Stroll, Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso, Raikkonen, Tsunoda, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Alesi, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
Right, it could get lighter by the end of the Grand Prix, but yeah, I'm gonna drop it down the fuel a little bit to about, yeah, I'd reckon about there. Do you reckon 1.5 laps short? In the wet, we'll be driving a bit slower, so refuel, so the fuel would actually gain quicker. I'll try that and see how it goes. Right, I apologise about the fireworks you can hear in the background.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Yeah, that was weird. Having that much wheel spin. Might be because of cold tyres. But yeah, like I was saying, I will apologise about the fireworks in the background. They are still going off over this current weekend. And as I'm recording this for tomorrow being Sunday, I am trying to do as much as I can. But yeah, it's just annoyance because last weekend was bonfire weekend and they decided to do it again for this weekend. I don't get it. I just don't truly understand it. But if you can hear them, I do apologise. If not, then that's a good thing if you can't hear them. But they are quite loud. They should put a ban on it. The house who setting them off should get fined for unnecessary fireworks. That would stop people then.
The rain looks like it's going to be getting much lighter over the next 10 to 15 minutes. There should be more grip, but don't expect a dry track.
Right, so we're expecting intermediate tyres like I was saying. But yeah, going back to the fireworks, people should get fined once it goes past the 6th of November, because you don't need them for the rest of the time. So yeah, they should get fined for doing fireworks, unless you are a firework display unit and then, you know, you get a license to do it. But people who still have them from last weekend deserve to be fined because it's unnecessary. It truly is unnecessary.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Well, we should be starting the race in a second. At least this time I've got warmer tyres than
Okay,
just...
we're hitting the rated limits on the MGU-H. The power unit is going to be more prone to overheating.
Right, that was a brilliant turn one. Lando got a good start, I will admit that, but since my tyres were a lot warmer than the formation lap, I feel a lot happier being in the green. But I do need intermediate tyres. I'm slightly better in the intermediate conditions than for wet. But I'm just going to carry on doing what I do best. Yeah, like I say, so this video is for Sunday, so I'm quite happy with that. Oh yeah, this race will be going out as well. I think it might be prior to the Brazilian Grand Prix end of the race, before the race ends or even starts, since we're doing America. So yeah, this video is going to be up. So yeah, leave in the comments below what you believe, what you think of Lewis Hamilton's disqualification in the qualifying sessions basically of today, ready for the race. I think he should take a grid. Well, since he's got a grid disqualification from the grid, he should take all new engine parts for the last 3 races, and it'll be a big win then for them over Red Bull. But in all fairness, I'd want to see Max Verstappen win the drivers and Red Bull win the constructors, just to mix it up for the last 7 years. It would be amazing to see Red Bull back on top. But I know some people love Lewis Hamilton and everything else, but like I said in a couple of videos ago, I liked Ayrton Senna, I like Jacques Villeneuve. They was my 2 favourite drivers. Rosberg wasn't a bad driver when he drove, Nico Rosberg. His dad though, Keke Rosberg, he was good in the 80s with Mansell. And
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Yeah, like I was going to say as well, with the young Damon Hill. Damon Hill was a brilliant racer. Again, he was overshadowed by Jacques Villeneuve joining him in '96. As I was going to say, Hill won it in '96. A year later, Jacques won it in '97, the only time he won it. But yeah, there's been a few drivers up and down the grid over the last 30 odd years, I could say, that deserve seats, shouldn't have had seats. Underrated drivers who should have been better, like I always say, Jos Verstappen. He was an amazing driver. He just had the bad luck of most drivers, couldn't get into form, the car wasn't there, you know, and he becomes a test driver, gets a seat, does well, that he can prove that he can drive. But Max is a different kettle of fish, because it's a different kettle of Formula 1. You know, hybrids, how many tyre changes, rules and regulations change, and yeah, it'd be nice to see Max win. But do I think the FIA are being harsh on Lewis Hamilton being disqualified? Yeah, I do agree he's been harshed out.
Just a reminder, we are critical on fuel, probably a lap or so short. We don't need to risk a DNF chasing records, so think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting earlier into the corners.
Yeah, like I was saying before, Jeff interrupted me. Yeah, I think Lewis Hamilton has been a little bit outdone there by the FIA. I think it's a little bit harsh, but it is spicy for the championship. But now I think Lewis has been chucked under the bus there by the FIA being disqualified. I don't know why he's got disqualified. I'm going to have to look into it on Google and the BBC Sport app to fully understand why he got disqualified. But I just...
Okay, we have an issue with the control electronics box. That's going to do additional damage to all other power unit components.
Right, in a minute I'm going to tell Jeff to shut up because that's just ridiculous. Keeps going into my ear with the earphones on as I'm trying to talk. But yeah, so I've got to go into Google, the BBC Sports app, and read fully why Lewis Hamilton got disqualified. And then if I read it, would I agree with it? I don't know, unless like I said, I've got to read it. And I've got to read in between the lines as well, because there's going to be a lot of nonsense in the talking about it on the column section. So yeah, I think Lewis has been hard done by. I might be changing my mind when I record for Monday's video, and I'll talk about it on that video tomorrow. Because I do my videos a day in advance, so I've always got videos to upload. So if I have any illnesses and that, at least I can post.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
So yeah, but like I say, it's just one of them things. So it's Formula One, it's the FIA. So yeah, but I am looking forward to seeing how the Ferraris do at the Brazilian Grand Prix, because they are looking interestingly cool.
Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track.
Well, this is playing into my hands now of my fuel saving technique. I don't know why there's a safety car. They said there's more.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't know what's happened. I don't know what the multiple car pileups are. I wonder if it's because it's now thunderstorm Grand Prix, that it's monsoon weather, and they've put the safety car out until it goes into intermediate conditions. But even then, it's going to be too wet for inters, I believe. So it's going to be fascinating to see. But yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that the safety cars come out because of my like 10-second gap. But I'm not going to pit for any tyres yet until Jeff says I have to, because currently this weather now should be red flagged. And yeah, it should just be points rewarded. But I do agree that the safety car at this part of the circuit is a little bit questionable. I've seen it on, like I'm going to say now, I've seen it on Arava's PLV when I watched his races. I've seen it on Ben's PLV when I've seen him race. There's thunderstorm, monsoon weathers, and they don't get safety cars. They don't get red flags. They get nothing. It's just a standard race. Where now, to me, I've now got a safety car, which is really interesting to say the most. I'd love to have Arava's opinion on this race, because he could probably warrant in with some good comments and his side of things, since he's a Formula 1 content creator.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader. Follow the safety car.
Also with Ben, I'd like to have his opinion on this, because again, he's another Formula 1 content creator. And yeah, it'd be really fascinating to see why the car stopped. I know I should use the replay camera, but I'm not going to, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a couple of cars probably spinning out of control and the safety car comes out. But this is even worse, because now we're going at a steady pace, the rain's coming down heavier, we're not dispersing the rain with our tyres. This is aquaplane surface. This is why I said this should be red flagged, because the visibility now is non-existent. But it's spicy for the race, so yeah. I might have to tweet Arava and tweet Ben to just check this video out for tomorrow when I post it, and have their comments on it, because it would be nice. It would be nice to see that. But no, at the moment I'm just concentrating on not hitting the back end of the safety car, because I don't want to get a 5-second penalty, nor do I want to hinder not Lando Norris either by slowing down too much and he gets into me, because that's one good way of getting rid of your championship contenders. so you win the race easily and win every Grand Prix easily by just assassinating the drivers behind you. But I used to do that in some of the Formula 1 games where I just didn't really care, like Formula 1 2006, the Championship Edition, I think it was called. But yeah, that was really good. But this is really bad. Now I don't know how many laps of the safety car we are going to have with this. I don't know if we're going to get to lap 10. That's 4 laps, which would be amazing. Then 3 laps under proper racing conditions. But this weather on this game is very dodgy. But at least we're in England, so it's just, they always say it rains in England more than anywhere else. So it's sort of an homage to our country. But I've got to speed up a little bit, I'm too slow, so I'm going to just catch up to the safety car. But no, like I say, it's just one of these races. So yeah. Cannot grumble at the racing. I'm grumbling at the fact that the safety car is out and it should be red flagged. The standing water is really bad. The puddles on the circuit, you can see them. There's just no dry line at all anywhere. And even though I'm following the racing line and following the safety car to the T to some degree, there's no dry line appearing. So yeah. This is kind of cool. But yeah, sometimes I'll just go into my own little bubble.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. You will be controlling the pace on the restart. Keep it steady until the safety car has reached the pit lane.
Okay, that transition from dark weather to light weather has really baffled me. It was as black as the Ace of Spades the weather was, and now it's gone light. Questionable graphics on that one, but yeah, it's gonna be good. I can feel the surface
easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while.
Yeah, I got cold tyres, that's not good. But if I'm going to warm up in monsoon weather, it's just impossible. Now Lando's going to try and attack me and I've got cold tyres. So yeah. Oh, I can feel the snap then of the car because of the cold tyres.
I definitely think we need to stay on this tyre a bit longer, but there's no question that the track is drying. We might be in a position to change soon. Green flag.
Okay then, Jeff. Interesting, I had 2 comments in by Jeff. But no, this is really bizarre racing. The black cloud came and the black cloud dispersed with a blink of an eye. Still, this is Formula 1, so yeah. I think the safety car came in a little bit too early. I think it should have stayed out for another lap. Just to clear some of the standing water now that we're actually out facing. It did say it was going to get lighter to the end of the Grand Prix, so intermediate conditions might actually happen. But I'm going to follow the racing line.
Is 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to follow the racing line to get the standing water off the circuit. So then it's good enough for intermediate conditions. Because if I went in for inters now, it'd be too wet for inters and I'd be slow in and out of the corners and down the straights. But yeah, it's all good fun.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up.
I know I'm quick. I didn't think I'd be this quick though. But yeah, oh, that's not what I wanted. And I have cut the circuit apparently on that one. I lost the back end. Oh, I'm going to use a flashback for that. I've got a run off area. If that was on the gravel, I probably would have used the flashback because gravel slows down too much. But yeah, it seems like it's now drying for inters, but it's still very much wet out here on the circuit. But the back end slides, tyres are all in the green, so yeah, I think it's because of the bite on the circuit being dry in certain areas. It's the bite of the tyres not gripping. So yeah. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I got floor damage now. Running them curves a little bit too high I was.
The underbody's taken some damage. You may start to notice it.
If I notice it, I notice it. If I don't, I don't. It's nothing I can do. Them sleeping policemen on the curbs, that's what it was. I did that in practice and qualifying. I hit them curbs and caused damage. I thought I could get away with it in the wet, being a little bit slower, but no, it's just one of them things. I ain't got many laps to go now though, so it's all good fun. So yeah, I'm just gonna cruise as I am doing. I'm gonna use ERS down this part here where the ERS down here on the DRS straight. With no DRS because of the wet.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Jeff's really starting to annoy me. Yeah, using ERS down this DRS straight is probably the best thing for me to keep the area of the gap behind me to Lando. I don't know if the AI are going to pit. I could find out, but there's only 4 laps to go and it's just pointless to pit in. Just trundle around if we have to, and I'll just drive on the wet part of the circuit. So that way then the tyres are still in the optimal way of racing. That's what I will do, I think. There's a lot of standing water still on the outskirts of the racing line, where I can literally just, like I say, just here I can use all the wet down here, keep the tyres in the optimal temperature. So up to the next part of the circuit.
Some information on Perez. They seem to have an issue.
Oh, Sergio's got an issue. Oh.
Okay, clear.
There's that, his engine gone up in smoke. It might be his engine on the blink. I'm not 100% certain.
Some information on Stroll. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. The officials are deploying the safety car due to multiple cars being stopped on track. Mind your delta.
So Perez has an issue and Lando causes a safety car. And we're on lap 10 out of 13. So 3 laps to go. Safety car's got to be out for at least another lap, maybe 2. So we've only got 1 lap of racing. The safety car should now just stay out for 3 laps. And under safety car conditions, it'll finish.
The underbody's taken a little damage. Watch out for it. Approaching the safety car. You're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car.
Yeah, like I was saying. Now, right, yeah, the realisticness in this would be the driver stays out for three laps in the safety car. So that means we then finish where we started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top 10. Get the points. And everybody else then who catches up to the safety car would be in the order it finishes. So then there will be no places gained or lost. Again, under the safety car should stay out for 3 laps. Because I don't think the cars would be cleared like it would be in real life. It would be a slow process. Because you've got to get to the car, you've got to then pick up the car with the crane, and then you've got to put it on the back of the flatbed truck. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff they've got to do. And realistically, the safety car would be out until that car is off the circuit completely, and down one of the slip roads where it's safer for them to transport the car.
4 laps of fuel remaining.
And Jeff's now really doing my nutting because he's telling me about fuel. I don't care about it, got more fuel than anything. It's just ridiculous. But this is amazing. There's nothing I can do. I've just got to cruise around the circuit with the safety car. If they turn around now and say safety car's in after this lap, I will be fuming. Because it didn't warrant a safety car in that case. But I know what I will do. My front right needs warming. Rear right needs warming. My tyres need warming. Right. Okay, let's swerve a bit then. Let's get some heat into the tyres. There we go, back into the green for now. It's easy to get tyres into the temperatures. It's just keeping them down in this sort of weather. Because you are cruising at a steady speed. And tyre heat does actually happen when you do lose the heat because you're on a straight road or you're cruising at, like I am at the moment, at 130 miles per hour.
10 minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
10 minutes and yet we've got 2 laps remaining, which is under 4 minutes roughly. Give or take 4 minutes for the 2 laps. If we're behind the safety car a bit longer, then it's about 2 minutes a lap. So 6 minutes including this one. Again, the race is going to end up in dry in 10 minutes. The ref, that's because I'm on FIFA all the while. Jeff, not the ref, but Jeff, he is just a fool for speaking about the rain ending in 10 minutes. It is questionable and it is laughable with the coding to Jeff on this game. It really is. I just can't make heads or tails of why Cody's are still using old data.
Okay, the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in Sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car is in the pit lane.
Yeah, they're using old data and old lines for Jeff still. That is laughable. They need to add new content for Jeff and make Jeff more realistic. And like I said, the safety car did not need to come out for that one lap. That was just ridiculous. But at least my tyres are in the optional green now though, so I should not have any wheel spin problems. But the track is now drying.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Green flag.
Yeah, the track is now at that stage now where it would be intermediate conditions, but there's only 1 lap remaining after this. And yeah, the back end wants to slide. The track is now too dry. Can you believe it? I cannot believe this. The safety car has ruined a perfect chance of intermediate racing. And Lando is faster than me for some reason, and yet he should not be. He should be like me. He should be struggling for grip on a damp track. Because this is ridiculous. It really is. It's laughable. And he's taking a move. Again, there should be no moves available in this Grand Prix because the track is too dry for wet conditions. And yet the game thinks they can do it. I hate the coding at times for this game because it makes no sense.
Side pods have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperature. Cooling may be adversely affected.
Yeah, like I say, this is questionable. This is laughable. This is everything that I don't need currently. It's a farce. The game is an absolute joke. It's a farce. And now because I've got a bit of damage, I can feel it.
This is your final lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 11.5 seconds.
And now with the damage now, right, I'll guarantee I'll spin out at some point. Because the damage says, oh yeah, you're going to spin out because of it. You shouldn't need to spin out because of the damage unless you've got rear wing or front wing damage. Because the airflow would unsettle the car. And Lando's going for a move. Lando just took me out. Come on, game. That's really a joke. Lando again is going for a move. He's going to have to back out because I've got the racing line. But with the side pod damage now, this is a joke. Everyone should have pitted for intermediate tyres.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
And Lando gets down the inside of me. I don't think so. Oh,
Are you
sod
alright?
off, game.
Engine off. Engine off.
Sod off. That's an absolute joke. How Lando got to move on me is ridiculous.
The bodywork's taken a few scrapes. Try not to make it any worse.
That was an utter joke. Because how can he get a move taken on me?
Some information on Norris. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
That is just an absolute joke. And now my back end wants to slide. I don't understand this game. Why am I sliding? So I can't turn properly. I'm sliding all over the place. It is a joke. And I'll get taken out by a Mercedes this time.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
This is. I've got no words for it. I've just got no words for it because this is ridiculous. Again, I'm on the race line. It takes.
Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
How am I okay when they're literally taking me out? The game is a joke. And he just gets in my way. It's ludicrous, this is. Come on, I need to get the back end. Right, the car now hit me. So now I'm just going to slow it right down. And then I lose the back end. It's a joke. What a joke.
Fantastic drive. Just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
I deserved the race win, yeah, but that was a joke on the last lap. The track was too dry.
Plenty of action here at Silverstone. It was a memorable race, and what an impressive victory. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
What a joke of the last lap. Proper joke of the last lap. Can't believe it.
So, let's review the driver's standings. Lee increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Right, let's advance. What a joke.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You had a lot of fans out there today. We all underestimated you. Interesting result. Is there anything that you think gave... Appreciate your time.
Right, what have we got? Oh, we've got quite a bit here. Let's do 4-day. Let's do 3-day. Let's do that, I suppose. I've got 7 mil to play with. Right. Let's put a little bit of advertisement on. Fabrication is worth 2. 1.6. I'll put fabrication on that one and that takes me back down to 4 mil. So I should be able to get my teammate in this after the next race. So I'm hoping that will be good.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process.
Right, I've got 4
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
R&D. I know I've got a couple of parts worn. What's that like? 85%. Gonna have to change it now. 85. Gotta change. What's this one? 81. I need it. Oh gosh. 81. What we got? It's gonna have to wait till after Hungary. I don't think I'll have to take a penalty. I think this season. Because this is round 10, Hungary's round 11, and we've got 21 races. I know it could go to 90 and blow up at 90 like that one did, and you know, and so forth. That's 66. But the control electronics need to be sorted. I'm gonna have to change it, and hope that my what's my gearbox like? 47. 75. See, that would have been okay for another 2 races, but losing the gear when I did was just ridiculous. Okay. Let's see what I can put on. Can't do that. Durability on. I can put durability on. Right, put that on. Put that one on. Right, I can't put no more, can I? No. Okay, what about downforce? Downforce, what's I've got no good for that. I haven't got enough for that one. I haven't got enough for that one. What about done that? Power units. I've got nothing for that, and I know I've got nothing for durability. Okay. Okay. Right. Hopefully that'll come on between now and Italy at Monza. So hopefully that should be good. But I'm going to say my farewells now. I would like to say thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell for notifications. I do post daily content, and until the next one, I will see you all later. Bye.